Hey, what's going on? Dealing with this lockdown we got on right now. But let's talk about Teofimo real quick. Teofimo Lopez, he was talking about Tank Davis, and he's screaming out that he's saying the biggest issue and the biggest problem with Tank Davis is that he quote has no discipline and he has no focus, and that he believes that that's might be quote the reason why he had, I guess supposedly people keep saying he had issues in his last fight, um, and in general. Um, and I mean, what I have to say about that is like, does he have an issue making weight? You know, yeah, but realistically, that man's only missed weight one time. Has he gone onto the scale and weighed in the first time and not made the weight, then had to come back to reweigh? Yes, he's had to do that, but he's made the weight, and he just one time he didn't, and that was in the forget the guy's name that he fought him. Was it Maria? Whatever his name was. He fought him on the McGregor undercard, and he messed that one up. But everything else, when he fought in the UK, I remember when he weighed in the first time, and I looked at it, I was like, why did he miss weight? He looks like he should be good, and you could see in his face, he just kind of was like putting his middle finger up, whatever. He was smiling, you know. He knew that he was gonna be fine, and he went back and he made the weight. Even with the last, with his last fight, it was the same thing. He missed the weight, and he was heavy. You know what I mean? And I was like, he should be able to make that weight easy. I could see all the water and everything in his body. Like this should not be a problem. Came back, lost almost 2 pounds, and made weight. If he was really having issues making weight, he would have not lost 2 pounds in an hour. That wouldn't have happened. Just like when he fought in the McGregor undercard, he wasn't making weight. You could see in his face, he was all drawn. He was super flat. You could see in his eyes, he was done. There was gonna be no making weight when it came to that particular fight. So besides that, he's made weight, and has he been doing a lot of things outside of the ring? Yeah, but the dude trains like a monster. That's number one. He trains like an absolute beast, and he's been continuously getting better inside of the ring. Look at how he handled Pedraza, and then look at the issues that Lomachenko had with Pedraza. You know what I mean? And as far as with Rig India, I mean, as far as his last fight against Gamboa, I even said it before the fight. Those things can happen. When you're moving up in weight, sometimes people moving up in weight, they believe they have all this extra room to do certain things they usually don't do, and they'll miss weight. But even with him, it was more of he tried to lose the last couple of pounds by himself, according to his trainer. And when he didn't, make the weight, he went back to his trainer, the people that he pays, let them do what they're supposed to do, and he made weight easily. If he hadn't got this thing in his head where it's like, oh, I'm gonna make the weight myself, he would have made the weight and it would have been no problem. And the issues he had there in the ring, man, those can have, and he really have issues. He dominated the fight. Did he take a long time to stop the guy? Yes, but you're moving up in weight that you don't know. This is your first time at that particular weight. You don't know how your body's gonna react. You don't know how physically you're gonna feel. You don't know where your power is necessarily gonna be, and it's an adjustment sometimes when you move up in weight. That's just what it is. It's an adjustment. But he was fine. He was still able to completely dominate that fight, completely dominate every single round, and he won. So it's like, okay, whatever. He wasn't getting lumped up like Lomachenko was versus Campbell. Lomachenko's he's the focused one, right? He's the one that's really super focused, right? But he's struggling with Pedraza though in a close fight. He's the one getting dropped by Linares, right? He's going life and death with him until he stopped Linares while he was down in the cards. He's the one who's getting lumped up by Campbell, right? But he's the focused one, right? So Tank must be doing something right with the way that he's dominating people. He must be doing something right. You know, the outside the ring stuff, might that eventually catch up to him? Yes. The letting his weight go up, might that catch up to him? Yes. But other people have had those type of problems too. Mikey Garcia has missed weight a whole bunch of times where he's had to weigh in the second time. He's missed weight just period before. We don't hear none of this stuff about him though. About how he's not focused or he doesn't have discipline. And Teofimo, in his fight against in his fight, before he fought for the title, in that particular fight, he had issues in that particular fight. He didn't dominate that particular guy to the levels that people thought he was going to dominate him. He didn't stop him, right? And he said, quote, oh, because he's had things going on with his family and with his girl or whatever. Okay, that's also part of being focused. That's also part of being disciplined. That's also part of being disciplined. You're actually letting the things that are happening outside the ring affect you inside of the ring. Tank, regardless of what's happening outside the ring, he's still handling his business easy, breezy inside of the ring. But you, to the point where you needed to go to a psychiatrist to get your head screwed on straight. You had to go to a psychiatrist. So before start pointing fingers at other people, you might want to slow down your roll, especially as you go further into your career and you start making the same type of money as Tank is making. Let's see the decisions that you make, and it might not be the same decision as far as being substantially overweight. Might not be that, but when it comes to things like dealing with friends, dealing with your girlfriend, dealing with your family, it seems that might be your Achilles heel. So when all that money comes into play and you start getting those millions and that light really starts to shine bright on you like it is on Tank, how are you going to be able to handle that? So before speaking on other people, you better slow your roll, I believe, and let's see how things go as you move on with your career. You already needed to speak to a damn psychiatrist this early in your career over that because your family has an issue with your girl and that got to the levels where you weren't necessarily completely focused or prepared for your fight over that? What? Who knows? He has his certain demons. He has his kryptonite. And it looks like you have your kryptonite too. But that kryptonite, it got shined on you a little bit and pulled back, but it hasn't been put up into your face. You know what I'm saying? Put up onto your chest. You know what I mean? And weakened you. So before talking about other people, slow down because it seems as if you might have certain issues that might be crawling up in the next year or two. That might be happening, and you're already someone who should already be moved up to 140, and you're supposed to move up to 140 pounds. When people talk like that, all of a sudden they miss weight themselves. So, definitely he had good points with certain things as far as with the outside the ring stuff with Tank, but so far inside the ring he's been focused and he hasn't let that stuff really affect him necessarily like that. And like I said, he's missed weight one time. Other times, quote, he missed it on the first time, but when it came the second time, he made weight. He came into the ring having made the weight for that particular fight. But we'll see what happens with Tank. We'll see what happens with Teofemo Lopez in the future. Hopefully that Lomachenko fight does happen. We definitely want to see that. I think it's a fight he'll definitely win. I think it's a fight where he could, if he's mentally focused, he can stop Lomachenko in that particular fight. But we'll see if it even happens. Like, subscribe, share. Be safe out there. Mask on, gloves on. Be safe.